Hey everyone, and welcome back to Gas Mask 360. On today's episode, we're going back to our roots a little bit. It's another collection video, and I think you'll like what we have in store. Hey guys, and welcome back to Gas Mask 360. We got a throwback today. That's right, we're going to be going over my Nintendo DS and Nintendo 3DS video games. And you know, it doesn't get much more old school than this, guys. Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon for the Nintendo DS. Now guys, this is a remake. This might be like the third remake, technically, of the original Fire Emblem game to ever be made, way back, in the day. The good boy Marth comes from this game. And if you don't know who Marth is, he's the guy with blue hair and has a sword. So, yeah, this is his game. This is what started it all. I think this game's pretty, it puts the old in old, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is so old that I didn't even beat it. Like, that's just like how old it is. So, yeah, I haven't finished this one yet, guys. It's, gameplay's a little questionable, and it looks, like, really bad. So next up, guys, we got Pokemon Soul Silver version for the Nintendo DS. Now, guys, this is probably in the running for my favorite Pokemon game ever made. Now, this is a 4th generation remake of the 2nd generation games Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Now, if you don't know what that means, if that's a little too confusing, every generation of Pokemon, there's a set of games, a set of versions that come out. You got Gen 1, that was red and blue, or red and green, for you people over there in Japan. But we got red and blue here in the States, and I think everywhere else. So that was Generation 1. So Generation 2 was Gold, Silver, and Crystal. And then you had Generation 3, being Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. And then you had Generation 4, which was Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Now this game, being a remake of the Gen 2 games, came out in the Generation 4 era. So you got all the Gen 4 mechanics in here, and all the Pokemon, and just everything, which makes this game so fantastic. You got 2 whole regions to explore in this game, 2 different sets of 8 gyms to go through in both Johto and back into Kanto from first generation. And yeah, it's just fantastic. I think this game is definitely the pinnacle of what you should want out of a Pokemon game. Plus, I really like Lugia. That's why I got Silver. I think Lugia is way cooler than Ho-Oh. So next up, guys, we got another Generation 4 Pokemon game. We got Pokemon Platinum version for the Nintendo DS. And shout out to my buddy who let me have this game. This is really hard to get a hold of, and definitely isn't cheap by any means. So shout out to him. You know who you are. But yeah, guys, this is Platinum here. Fixed a lot of the issues that Generation 4 had, with Diamond and Pearl having a really crappy Pokedex and only having like 2 fire Pokemon. This game really fixed all that up, and Giratina's just cool. He's a really cool legendary Pokemon. He's basically Satan. Yeah, Generation 4 is where they got all biblical with Pokemon. And, for the churchgoers who didn't like Pokemon before, well, they sure didn't like them now. So next up, guys, we got Pokemon Black 2 version 2 for the Nintendo DS. And this is a 5th generation Pokemon game that is a sequel to the original Black and White. So yeah, guys, this is pretty good. This is probably about the pinnacle of storytelling in Pokemon games. the black and white games and the sequel here. Probably had the best stories you'll find in a Pokemon game. Not that that's an incredibly high bar, but I think, you know, it's still a powerful story, some good characters, and a bunch of new fun Pokemon to use. Definitely check it out, guys. So next up, guys, we're moving into the 3DS era here, and what better way than to start with Pokemon X? That's right, Pokemon X. I remember when this game came out. I was at my good old local GameStop. It was 2013, I believe. And I got Pokemon X. So this is what I started myself off on. Now, you know, I was a pretty, like, I liked Pokemon a lot. But I wasn't, like, too deep into, like, the metagame or competitive or anything like that until Pokemon X. This is the 6th generation of Pokemon, by the way. And, yeah, I wasn't into breeding, like, and like, hatching a bunch of eggs for, like, perfect EVs or IVs or shiny hunting or anything like that. But, just something about this game, like, awoke all those wants and needs in me, and what can I say? I whopped my rear with Pokemon X. So next up, guys, we got Fire Emblem Fates Conquest. Now, actually, this one's a bit of a twofer. We got Conquest, and we got Fire Emblem Fates Birthright, both for the Nintendo 3DS. Now, there's actually a third one, guys, but there's, like, no, like, physical case for that one. And that's Fire Emblem Fates Revelations. And so what they did is they took the Pokemon approach to this Fire Emblem, and they made multiple versions. And depending on if you wanted to go with the people that raised you over here with the Conquest version, or if you wanted to go with the blood family, not so blood family that you were separated from as a baby, this was the version for you. Funny enough, I say baby, this is definitely the baby's first Fire Emblem right here. This is it's pretty cookie cutter for what you can expect from a Fire Emblem game. It's pretty basic. We're just gonna stop the bad guy. That's basically what this is. This game's kind of the same. Like, you're still gonna stop the bad guy, but it's a lot harder and more for the veterans of the series. And then you got Revelations, which is kind of like a combo of the two. But it's definitely the definite best ending and golden ending, because you get to bring all these people together and you get to sing Kumbaya and, you know, really show the bad guy what for. Oh, shit. Alright, guys, next up we got Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia Echoes for the Nintendo 3DS. Now this one's a personal favorite of mine in the Fire Emblem series. I think it's one of the better stories that we've gotten out of Fire Emblem. Like Fates was okay, but, you know, it's more heavy on the fan service and the gimmicks over you know, a coherent story. This one's got a really good story. I think it relies a bit too heavily on the old designs for, like, maps and everything, to where, like, those were kind of weird. But if you can get past that, it's a pretty solid entry in the game, and yeah, you get to play as these two lovely people right here, and you get to see what their little adventure entails. So next up, guys, we got the game that got me into Fire Emblem to begin with. Now, you see, this is Fire Emblem Awakening for the Nintendo 3DS. Now, my goodness, I had never played a Fire Emblem game before this, guys. And I knew about Fire Emblem. I went to camp with some kids that played Fire Emblem, and I had a personal buddy of mine who played Fire Emblem before, and we kind of memed about it sometimes. But this is what really got me into Fire Emblem, was Fire Emblem Awakening, and, you know, this game was really hyped up because it, like, technically saved the Fire Emblem franchise, because before this, the last Fire Emblem game to come out was that Shadow Dragons game for the Nintendo DS, and it didn't sell so well because it was really old and looked like shit. This game changed it all. As you can see, the graphics really improved, and they went with like this whole like crazy anime art style and everything, and it was just so beautiful to look at. And you know, this really started like a whole new thing of like being able to pair your units together and like marry each other and everything, and have cute little like romance scenes. I got kind of lost in all the shipping and everything, and Fates really doubled down on that, but this game definitely did way better than most. You just feel that, like, oh god, really love this game, guys. So next up, guys, we got Pokemon Ultra Sun. This one's another twofer. We got Pokemon Ultra Sun and we got Pokemon Ultra Moon. Now this is the 7th generation of Pokemon, and they're like, you know what, we really want a big sun lion and a moon bat. And I thought that was pretty cool. They're like, let's put some armor on them. Now, these are actually not really sequels to Sun and Moon, but they're like a retelling and have a bit more in them. So they're basically just the definitive versions of Sun and Moon. But yeah, they're pretty cool, I guess. These games were pretty hand-holdy and everything. You know what? Fuck it. This one's actually a threefer because there's Sun right there. This is what I'm talking about. If you're confused, you got Pokemon Sun, you got Pokemon Ultra Sun, and these games were pretty hand-holdy. You know, back when they came out, like you didn't like really feel like you were able to play the game like until you got off the first island, which is like an hour and a half in. So they didn't have like a whole lot of replay value because of that to a lot of people. But I got through it and was able to get a few playthroughs out of it and everything. And it was fine. It's whatever. There's some good stuff in there. Definitely some good, cool nostalgia stuff going on there. But yeah, guys, that's those games. So moving on, guys, we got Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and we got Pokemon Omega Ruby. Now this is another twofer. Now, you remember how I was talking about Soul Silver and how it was a 4th generation remake of Gen 2? Well, these are a 6th generation remake of Gen 3. And 6th generation, if you're confused, was X and Y. This is actually Y. I should have put this one in the Pokemon X video, because I basically just have like a lot of the same stuff to say about this game. Now, if you're wondering, Gas Mask, why do you own both versions? Are you a fucking loser with no friends you can trade with? Well, the answer to that question is kinda. I really like just getting like one of these games. Like, for example, we got Pokemon Alpha Sapphire here. Like, this is my main game that I keep all my Pokemon on for that current generation, and then I get this one to constantly replay and then transfer everything from here to here and then reset this game. Yeah, so like this is part of 6th generation. I really like Hoenn. The 3rd generation Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, as they were, and these games are given a lot of unnecessary flack, I feel, because they think there's too much fucking water. Like, IGN gave these games a 7 out of 10 because they think there's too much fucking water. Well, you know what I say? I don't think there's enough water. So that's why I went with Alpha Sapphire. Because the bad guys in these games, they want to flood the world because they don't think there's enough water. And then in this game, you got Team Magma. They think there's too much water. So this is basically the IGN game. They want to make more land and less water. And these guys, these are the free spirits right here. This is the true Hoenn fans, are the ones that go with the Sapphire version. Because they want more water. They don't think there's enough. So I personally give these games probably a solid, probably give them like a solid 8.5 out of 20. But yeah, so this is it, guys. Like that's my whole collection of Nintendo DS and 3DS games. It's a pretty substantial pile there, and I think it's pretty diverse, if I do say so myself. But yeah, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you don't mind, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe, and ring the notification bell if you want to be notified of when all my newest videos go live. Really appreciate it, guys. Appreciate the support. I'll catch you in the next one.